Yay! What up, car people? Ariel here. Decided to stop in the garage real quick to pick up some sandpaper for a project I have pending. Stay tuned for more details on that. But for right now, let's get the Celica out. I'll give you a tour of the Celica as it sits currently, give you an interior tour, show you all the mods that I've thrown on the outside that will probably be in videos or have already been in videos. Shout outs to everybody that's been commenting, hitting the like button. Hit the like button right now. Appreciate you guys. Share the content if you enjoy it. Yeah, let's get the Celica out and give you guys a full tour of it. So, let's start with the outside, work our way in. Nope, stop. Alrighty, so I'll just kind of walk you through it, throw some beauty shots in there, but basically these are 03 and up ish JDM HIDs. They're wired up, ready to go. Aero catch hood latches, Sibon hood. This is my favorite piece so far. These are the TRD fender flares, Enki RPF1 17x9. If you care to know the sizing, offset spacers, I do have a video on that on the channel, so feel free to search for that and enjoy. Share it with your friends if you think it's helpful. Stock mirrors, I think they look perfectly fine. Had a bad experience with APRs on the Evo, so we'll probably stay away. Here's my TRD wing. Picked that up on eBay as well. Came from overseas. That's the factory color, but it has seen better days. The mid blade is pretty bad. Clear coat is pretty much totally gone, and I tried to save it with some wet sanding and buffing. That'll be on the install video for this TRD wing, and the wiring and all that good stuff. This isn't new, but maybe you haven't seen it. These are OEM Toyota rain guards. Rain guards are super popular in Japan, and just about every OEM manufacturer makes a rain guard. So if you're looking for the perfect rain guard for your vehicle, I would recommend OEM, although these aren't super functional, but they do look pretty damn good. else we got? We got the TRD Sports lid. Beautiful piece. I filled this corner, which was cracked. Thanks to my friend Cameron, who hit me up, told me he had this beauty, and now she's mine, and I love it. I think it looks amazing. Where can you find one? I have no idea, because they've been discontinued since maybe 2005. So what are we looking at? Discontinued for what? 14 years? Good luck on your search. Let's move on to the inside. I'll touch on the engine bay super quick. I feel like you guys may have seen enough of the engine bay for now. These are Top Shop sides. I'm sorry. These are Top Shop door inserts. That company is long gone. But I believe somebody is selling replicas, though I'm not sure who. The door cards could use another coat of Landau black, or maybe they could be flocked. Here are my new seats. So I picked up this NRG to replace my old tired NRG that was kind of worn out and damaged. I decided to go ahead and decorate it. Shout out to 2ZZ Yamayoda for the cool stickers. Get your own at his website. We didn't get a 2ZZ one because they weren't in stock, but I got love for everybody. And I love your 1ZZ. The dashboard is flocked. And I will have some kind of video because I do have footage of that. The center console is also flocked, just purple fibers instead of black. Here we have an NRG parking brake handle and a 1320 performance shift knob. That bad boy weighs about 1 pound. We're using a Fidanza short shifter that I picked up back in the day from Monkey Wrench. It's basically a B&M clone. For harnesses, I'm running these Crow Blackbird series harnesses. All the latching and metal stuff on the harnesses is black. I think it's a really nice touch. Beautiful shade of purple there. Matches pretty nice with what I'm going, and I love the way it looks against this blue seat from NRG. I think it's, I don't know, it's kind of loud and out there, but at the same time, it's kind of classy. I don't know. You tell me in the comments section. We got an NRG slim quick release with a Momo hub from a 94 Supra. Do some research for the part number. This wasn't really made for this Celica, but it does fit, so same spline design. Auto power roll bar. I recently gave it a fresh coat of gold before putting it back inside the car. And I also flocked some of the interior pieces that I put back in, like that quarter window garnish and the little speaker cover back there. We've got a Beat Rush rear 3-point strut bar. There's my latest GoPro accessory. Can't wait to get some pictures. I cannot recommend these gauges. They do not work. I've had a lot of issues with them, but I will be replacing them with something better later down. These are OEM floor mats. I picked up these little heel plates on eBay, and yeah, they really protect the mat. It gives you a nice steady spot for your heel, and it's pretty nice to look at and feels good when driving. It'll protect your mats, and it's an easy install. Just drill a hole and screw them in. I use some hot glue to kind of cover the screw ends so that they don't make holes in my OEM carpet. Here we have a fakey Broadway mirror that's convex. I like the convex. If you have any leads on convex lenses for the stock mirrors, let me know. because I'd like that. This is a 2000 Celica, but the tail lights are from an 03 and up model. This TRD sports badge I picked up on eBay. It is a replica, but pretty nice. I did not want to rock the Sports M stuff since it is not a Sports M. Maybe if I have the chassis stitch welded, but I'd have to learn how to weld and get some place to weld, so we'll see. This is a TRD rear filler. Don't be fooled by the ones that are made by APR. Those are replicas. This is the original. As you can see, it fits very flush with the stock hatch handle as it's intended. I've shaved the hatch handle. It does not say Celica, and there's no more keyhole. For the interior, not much going on. Radio is gone. I've deleted the AC vents and the radio. I've made my own carbon fiber delete plates. And yeah, I painted the fuel pump cover. That is the OEM cover. Painted it gold, same as the roll bar. The Beat Rush under panel luckily came with the gold end pieces, so no need to paint there, although it could use a little bit of restoration. But that's a later video. What else we got? The battery is not in this box. I keep some random detailing stuff in here, little rags and things of that sort. Yeah, quart of oil. Just if I'm gonna park and people want to check the car out, I have a couple of spots to hide, you know, my little rags and stuff. Super stubby antenna. No radio, but no worries. So, again, we have the heel plates here on the passenger side. Not as necessary on the passenger side, but it does look cool, and symmetry is, sometimes symmetry is beauty. Odyssey PC680 relocated to behind the passenger seat. Not a bad battery if it's a summer car that's driven often. Otherwise, I would recommend a battery tender or a kill switch. This switch right here, I custom mounted myself. It's connected to the ground side of the battery, so when I need to work on the car, some kind of electrical project, and I want to disconnect the battery, I can just turn that little switch there, and I don't have any power going to the car. So for storage or theft, that's a nice, nice little feature to have that I guess is kind of unique to this build. And it looks cool. It looks kind of like a race car. Here are the flares again. I painted them myself. I'm super happy with them. I love the way they look, and I don't know. I'm just really hyped on the look of the Celica right now, and I want to get more pictures and more info out. But yeah, just really pleased with the evolution of the car as it's going. When I did these flares, I had to get rid of my password JDM rubbery quick release things. That left a hole somewhere around here on the fender and somewhere around this corner here on the bumper. I'm using these quick latches. Pretty easy. Made my own custom bracket so that I could locate the pin and latch in a place that is more pleasing to my eyes. JDM Supra side markers, but really I don't know why they call them that, because they are offered like this on the Celica. If I'm wrong, let me know. And I think there's a couple of different versions. There's a darker smoke. But these are getting really pricey. When I picked these up, they were 50 bucks. Nowadays, I see them going for 60, 70, 80, and that's used. I bought these new. I really like the look of this street raised license plate delete, but I wouldn't mind shaving this all together one day. These are aftermarket OEM style fog lights. They get the job done, and honestly, I just want the car to have a little more road presence and put yellow bulbs in there. So that's all that's really there for my purposes. Again, the quick latches, custom. I'll have some kind of video on that later down. Rotor, big brake kit, long discontinued. I will be looking for a replacement for this. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I'm thinking the Willwood kit. We could get under the hood really quick, but I feel like we have enough under the hood videos, so just a quick glance and we're off to the races. Alrighty, that's about it for the tour of the Celica. I'm gonna button this up, throw it back inside, give you guys a sneak peek of a project that I'm working on. Stay tuned. What up, car people? We're inside now. So here's the project I'm working on. No big secret, but I've grown tired of the purple on the engine bay. I've seen so many cars with purple engine pieces, and while it is beautiful, it's time to set myself apart from the crowd. And I decided I will paint this gold to match the roll bar. I will be using the same paint, and I wanted a new spark plug cover. So here's what I landed on. One problem here though is that it says Lotus on it, and the Celica is not a Lotus. And to be quite honest, it really bugs me when any Toyota person throws one of these on their Toyota, because Lotus, all they did was make this cover here. I'll be shaving that, giving it a really smooth look. Ultimately, I want it to look kind of like a Beams engine, real smooth, all the same color. So these will both be gold, and it'll be a nice smooth piece. So from the garage, I grabbed some very coarse grit sandpaper, and the plan is to scrape all those letters off, maybe fill it with some body filler, prime it, sand it a bit, throw some color, make it nice shiny. Boop. That'll be the new setup. Looking for an in-gen cold air intake. Anybody got one they're looking to get rid of in the area, let me know. But yeah, that's the project I'll be working on, and I'll film it. This way we can get some kind of like how to paint, how to fill deep scratches, how to repair plastic. All these things apply to other things like bumpers. All these skills you just kind of pick up, and it just compounds over time. So learning how to paint, then learning how to fill little scratches, it's all relative. So stay tuned for that. A bit ago, I put the call out on Instagram for people to ask me some questions to answer on the next Celica video. So let's get to some of those questions now. Where we at? Where are those screenshots? Alrighty. Mac the Beard says 2ZZ all-wheel drive conversion? Question mark. That would be cool. I've seen somebody in Russia with a 7th gen that's all-wheel drive, so it has been done. I'm thinking similar to Honda people, you would just grab some kind of SUV that has a similar engine. Matrix XR is all-wheel drive with a 2ZZ or 1ZZ, I believe. So there's ways, although the axles are probably not going to be strong enough to take big amounts of power. So the benefit of all-wheel drive would be probably just better handling in the snow. But you know, that's a cool thing. Am I doing that? Not anytime soon. Not unless I win the lotto. Stray Driver says, what should I do first on my new video for coming back to YouTube life? Stray Driver, how about you do maybe like a shout out video? Tell us who your favorite Toyota channels are. I don't know. I like shout out videos, but not enough people do them. And it's kind of boring when it's just one person doing them. So I would love to see your take on that. Give us a tour of your Celica. I just did a tour of my Celica, and the more the better, right? What's next? Who do we have? Chris E says, what's the rarest Celica part you have? I have a lot of rare Celica parts at the moment because I've been hoarding them up because I just love the Celica, and I'm kind of going for the TRD high score. I don't like the TRD action package front bumper too much, but I do like the side skirts, although Sports M skirts would be nice too. But I have the TRD fender flares. Those are pretty rare. I also have the TRD sports lid, which is pretty rare. I picked up some TRD hood spoilers, and I'll show that to you guys in another video. And I've got the TRD filler plate. Probably the rarest would be the fuel door, and the flares might be some of the rarest. Although the hood spoilers, I don't see too often, but that might be because it's not really everybody's cup of tea. And when I install those, I'll probably take them off and put them on, you know, depending on how I feel. I also have some Tsunami tail lights, but I don't think that's that rare. Celica Stew says, would you 2JZ swap your Celi if you could? No. No, I wouldn't, because 2JZ swap, it doesn't fit in there. There's somebody with a 2JZ Celica, but it's more of a Celica carcass on top of a tube frame, and he's gone into detail explaining that 2JZ is not... I really don't. I could care less. I don't care for the 2JZ. I like Supras. So 2JZ for me in a Supra, or a 240SX, an S13, S14, S15, Tacoma, that would be cool, but not really a Celica. Front wheel drive. Let's stick to the 2ZZGE, maybe 3SGTE, but that iron block is super heavy. It doesn't really make sense for the Celica's chassis. Yeah. Anyway, that about does it for this video. Guys, thanks for hitting me up with questions. Thanks for hitting that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Instagram at @themost_Ariel. Ariel out. Peace. If I missed anything, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try and get a video out on it. Ariel out. Peace. Yay, yay.